Hello? Hello? Can you hear it?
אנוש כחציר ימיו, כציצה שדה כיציץ, כי רוח עוברו בינינו, ולא יכירנו עוד מקומו. וחסד אדוני מעולם ועד עולם על יראיו, וצדקתו לבני בנים, באורח צדקה חיים, ודרך נתיבה על מוות.
עצור את הממפלה, כי חלד רחב ומשפט. היי לאמונה ונופל, צדיק וישר הוא.
So, Bushey Cemetery, family and friends, we're here for the final journey of Sheila Gaines, to accompany her on her final journey. There were lots of things my mother did well, such as make friends, teach children, conduct, perform, play the piano, sing, be a parent, and of course, and also be a devoted wife. One thing she didn't do quite so well, and Dame Mortuary's nil nisi bonum, but the one thing she didn't do so well was sleep. She was the world's worst non-otenarian non-sleeper. So I wanted to say, Ma, at last, you get what you have so richly deserved for so many years, which is a good night's sleep. I'm only sorry that we kept you waiting for such a long time in the current circumstances. You always said, as you outlived more and more people, you would say, well, all my friends are in Bushey. Again, Mother, here you are, finally surrounded by friends. My mother was born Sheila May Foster on May the 28th, 1926 in Hackney. She went to Northwold Road Primary School, the Harrow School in Clapton, Laura Place as it was known. She was the star pupil. She was the head girl. She was evacuated to Bishop Stortford during the war, like many people. She had an amazing time with her beloved music teacher, Elizabeth Reeve, who inspired her to train as a teacher. She went to the Royal College of Music in Kensington. She then taught You can see I'm rushing through this, but with 94 years, obviously there's quite a lot of detail. She taught at the Queen Anne School in Caversham. She wasn't very happy there. And also at the Holt in Newbury. I think she enjoyed that rather more. She met my father. She married my father, David, in 1948. They lived in Reading. She sang in the Reading Choral Society. Children appeared. Stephen was born in 1952. Johnsy in 1955. Johnsy was lovely, but he came with his fair share of medical problems. It wasn't easy for them, but they came through. I was born in 1963. They moved from Harrow to Wembley in 1965. I have two main memories which I'd like to share of happier times. As well as conducting the Harrow Choral Society when the fearsome Mrs. Brooksbank was away, she had her own smaller choir, which met in our lounge, or indeed in our back garden on warm nights. At first it was the Gayton Singers, it then became the Ludorum Singers. It's not obviously the genitive plural there, old games, you see. And I can remember very, very happy evenings hearing them rehearsing, singing, practicing. The second one was the Wembley Literary and Social Society, LITSO. They did these wonderful shows, musicals. She appeared, my father wrote them. They both appeared, they sang, they performed, my mother accompanied on the piano. They were very, very happy days. I love looking back on those days. They were fun times. Wembley at its best, my parents at their most dynamic. She would probably also want me to remind you that when my father became mayor of Brent in 1994, she went from being the deputy mayoress to mayoress of Brent for a whole year. Nothing on that. The bulk of her professional life, she taught music at Yavneh Primary School. She was there almost from the beginning and on its final day, and she inspired hundreds, if not thousands, of students to love music, which she continued to do as a piano teacher at home for many years. My father died in 2012, and that inevitably knocked my mother back. She was slowing down. In her final years, she was greatly helped by visits and calls from her ultra-loyal friend and former Yavneh school headmistress, Myrna Glass, and our neighbour Brenda Hyman with her wonderful Friday night family get-togethers to which my mother was made very, very welcome. I also wanted to mention our wonderful carers who were so helpful in the last two or so years of her life. I can't name them all, but in particular, I'd like to single out Tracy and Mandy, who came all the way from Wales to look after her. And I would just like to leave you with this quote from, this is the diary that Mandy kept. And the last entry, just after my mum has died, goes like this, and I'd like to read it to you. Mandy wrote, "I shall miss Sheila. She was a bugger at times, but 99% she was wonderful. We really did have good times together. She had a sense of humour. And very often, she would tell me her memories, and we would have a cry together. Her life was full, and her music was her life's work. She will be greatly missed by all who knew her." That's Mandy. Couldn't have put it better myself. Sheila Games, 1926 to 2021. May her soul rest in peace.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר יצר אתכן בדין וזן וחלקל אתכן בדין ומיט אתכן בדין ויודע מספר כולכן בדין ועתיד להחזיר לחיותכן בדין ברוך אתה אדוני בחיי המתים. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני לחיי מתים אתה אוהב להושיע מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורודפי חולים ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לישני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים.
You follow my colleague.
Stay up to here, and then I'll invite the 6 of you forward. So the 6 people afterwards. Put a good place there. ready, we're going to proceed. You're on time, John.
Sophie, do you want to?
You don't have to.
Elaine? Well, there are two problems. Please go. Please go.
רחמים שולחים במרומים אלוה סליחות חנון ורחום ערך אפיים ורב וחסד המצח החולס פשע והקרוב עשה ישע ומנוחה נכונה חס הנפיה שכינה במעלוס קדושים ותרים כזרקים אסירים אס נשמאס האישה שרה מינה בס מרדכי שלחה לעולמה אנה ברחמים זכר עלה לטובה כל זכיר שאה וסינא כל שאה ירצוס החיים ופסח לו שערי צדק ובירה שערי חמלה וחנינה ובסייסר כנופך תסתירה לעולמים וצרה בצרה לחיים אסני שמסה אדוני ונחלתו ובשלום ובשלום על משפחה ונאמר אמן.
Yisgedal Shemei Rabba. Yalma Divrav Kirosei, Yavneh Kabosei. V'chayei Chol Yomei Chol, V'chayei Dichol Beis Yisrael, V'agolad Izman Ta'ariv Yechru. Shemei Rabba. Yisbarach Shalom.